Hello, and thank you for joining us for the UNFPA field visit to Venezuela. It's a session within the Inspire track of the 2021 UNA-USA Global Engagement Summit. The United Nations Population Fund, or UNFPA, is the UN's agency for sexual and reproductive health. UNFPA's life-saving services include training for healthcare workers to ensure safer childbirth, activities to help abandon the practice of female genital mutilation, and supporting the end of child marriage. Just recently, the Biden administration restored U.S. funding support for women's reproductive health services and rights. And it did this in two ways. First, it rescinded the global gag rule, or previously known as the Mexico City policy, that demanded the withholding of any U.S. funds to any international NGO that provides or even offers information on abortion. Second, the administration announced the reinstatement of funding for UNFPA, which is wonderful. These actions send a strong signal that the U.S. is committed to upholding and protecting human rights for women and girls. As someone who has been active in this space to protect the advancement of women's rights for many, many years, I am honored to be part of this session that helps to tell the story of UNFPA and the agency's beneficiaries in Venezuela. The situation in Venezuela is dire, particularly for women and girls. Venezuela's economic crisis has caused a mass exodus of migrants and refugees, which has caused a humanitarian crisis both inside and outside the country. And of course, COVID-19 pandemic has compounded complications in a country that already has a high rate of adolescent pregnancy, low coverage of HIV testing for pregnant women, and low treatment rates for HIV-positive pregnant women. Even before the pandemic, Venezuelan health facilities lacked sufficient medical supplies, but the humanitarian crisis and the pandemic have caused severe shortages of contraception and blood supplies, which are critical to protecting women who have complications while in labor. During today's visit, we will hear from women, spouses, doctors, and others who have benefited from UNFPA's work in Venezuela. These short video clips that you'll see will provide you with a variety of lenses through which to view sexual and reproductive human rights. To help guide us through this various services and activities that UNFPA offers in Venezuela, and to provide more context about the sexual and reproductive health rights in Venezuela, is Seema Jalan. Seema is the Executive Director of the Universal Access Project and Policy based in UN Foundation. Seema has more than 20 years of experience advancing gender equality and human rights globally through U.S. foreign policy, and she also serves as the co-chair of the board of the Funders for Reproductive Equity. Seema, I'll turn it over to you, and thank you very much.